making sure that he doesn't come outside any of the gates. On the rocks, you'll probably see that there's some yellow markers. Those are the gates that have to go in between those two gates to pass through. Seen the section. On the bike, he's saying ready. You see the heat is coming through on William there. Very quick through that part. Concentration in his eyes, looking at the object and where he's going to direct that bike. Tape just being squeezed there, he wants to be careful. And he's in, and he's kept it. Now he's going to have to really kind of like bring himself into place here on the smallest of grip on the rock. It's right on the point, and then he's going to have to go, just like that, get up. And that foot's come down. He wasn't confident on the landing. He's just coming down rock, to the floor, down the side. Now he is getting to the end of the section, but there's still some like, he must be burning at the moment in the arms. It's a tough section to keep on going and have to do these big moves. Let's come around to the floor. He's going to have to climb this section of rock. This is going to put him in awkward position to hold his balance. You can see in there he's now breathing quite hard. This section is taking it out of him. He's just backing off as it's showing that his power is just slipping away from him. He knows he's near the exit. He's got to push it that bit harder as he's done. He's just put a score down, but he has stayed on the bike. Very lucky, dropped back down to the floor there without having to score a 5. He's not quitting, he's making it go, and he's back down. Just looking at the points there, and he has scored 5. He's going to have to leave the section. He did try hard, but it just wasn't enough. Just couldn't hold the position. There's that one again, coming off into that rock. He just wasn't sure about the landing. The height on some of the obstacles. Got to make sure you know what you're doing. Even if you've just done the tough part of the course, you can't let your mind slip. He'll still be in his zone. We're just in the next section of the rocks. This is zone 2 of the rocks. That's a big move there to commit straight to back wheel. Just deciding where he's putting those wheels, where the run up is. He's going to back wheel. Just trying to push it through onto the front wheel there to make sure the flash blade didn't come down, but unfortunately he's taken a 1 there. You can only touch the tyres on the obstacle. If anything else aids it, like the pedals, the feet, the cranks, there will be points given. Just holding on that balance point, he just seems to be struggling on the setups before going into the big moves. He's a very accomplished rider. He wouldn't be in the top 4 otherwise. And these sections are very taxing. He's looking at this rock now. Looks like there's a tactical decision to go in there. maybe that he just knows that he can't find that way up. He's just lost his balance, taken the 5. Very awkward position, lost his balance. Unfortunately, he has taken that 5. He'll be disappointed with that, but he has been riding very well. If you're just joining us and you're just a bit late on the live broadcast of when we started, we're in Antwerp at the Superfinal. My name's Jack Meek, I'm commentating for the UCI and Extreme TV. We're just looking at some slow-mo replays of William here getting himself into an awkward position on a tactical move, and he just overcooked it and he's just fallen off backwards. But previously in the other sections he has rode quite well. Some of the toughest sections I've ever seen in the UCI. We've got amazing weather conditions, maybe to the point that you've got to be a bit careful out there when riding, because you need to keep hydrated. You've got 35 degrees, blue skies, you've got great spectators behind you. What you can't see here, I've just got Mick Carthy and Jack Carthy going past me in the commentator's booth giving a thumbs up. He looks happy, he looks set and ready. Jack Carthy, he's 16 from Great Britain. The experience is coming along. The power is far exceeding his rival competitors. He's ready. He's getting the countdown.
Starting 1 minute, dames en heren. Dan gaan we daarna naar de zone 2. Dat is op het water.
In the final, we had people dropping 5s and cleans, so there was a level of commitment to the sections throughout all the riders. They weren't taking any tactical points down by putting the foot and putting the bike into position on obstacles. Here we go, Jack Carthy's now coming into the sections. It's just his dad running after him. Just got a spare bike there if anything goes wrong. Come down onto the harbour.
Oké, we gaan allemaal even naar zone 2, dat is de plastic van waterstoring hier in de waters.
Just having a look at the sections, just like Wim did. I think there's one point in here that he wants to double check. Looks like he's happy with the section. I think every rider has a bit of a habit. There's Jack, you know, he's just adjusting his brakes there. He's coming into the section. Let's see how he gets up this compared to William. Always looking fresh at the beginning of the first section. A lot of power. Seems to be at the same pace. Will he take the same approach? This carries onto the top of that tower. Looks like he's dropped down instead of cutting across that very tight line. Looks like that tight line was quite a risk, but paid off for William to come out on 4. So we've got Jack Carthy now taking a different approach, coming head on for a move called the hook, and he's taking it through and up. Just seeing that yellow gate there, and he's round, set. Again, got to be accurate off this drum. The bit's protruding off, and he's got to get his back wheel onto the edge of them. Feeling confident about time. He seems to be taking his time about setting up and going for it, but he's on his way across. And he's not stopped, and he's got, just checking there with the foot, confirmation I saw a 1. As you can hear there, just Jack asking for the time, wants to make sure he doesn't stay in the section too long. For every 15 seconds over the 2-minute 30, there will be a point given up to the point of 5. So at the moment he's on 1. Big move coming up now. Just come up a little bit steep, keeping his weight over the back, but he was definitely up in the right place to land the bike. Gets a second go, and he's fought it through, and he's over and up. Brilliant. It's on a 1. He'll be pleased with that. Bit of a bounce and Jack step there. You can definitely see that he's pleased with it. And he's off to the next section. Just look at the slow-mo coming across here, and that set on the back. A lot of confidence. Just a really awkward object to be able to fit the bike onto, and it came down onto a 1. Coming up this massive drum, just a little bit steep, got the height, just couldn't get the weight over, and then he thought it through, up and over, coming out on that. Just correct myself, I'm looking at a 2 on the observer, I'll get confirmation in a bit. That was a 2, just looking on the boards. It's just coming into the log section. During the final, Jack had a very frustrating moment with the balance beam. Found it very tough to set up on it. Psychologically, I think got the better of him, but he's ignoring it now, just looking to get through this section. All these moves are probably quite enjoyable for Jack. It's the sort of rider that can really lift the bike up high onto the object and give him a lot more stability once he's landed and confidence to carry on through a section. Just Mick there giving him a drink, getting set. It's his dad who's acting as minder today. Just got Jack double checking something before he sets off. Seems happy though, he's in the neutral zone, he's getting ready for the first object. Looks like he's going for the straight on approach. He's come back down, just line himself sideways and put himself in a position now where he can balance against the object with the front wheel. He won't want to stay there too long though. Got the crowd behind him here. There's a real spirit for Jack Carthy. He's not so sure there. He's just having to listen to the time. Just got to get his composure together. He's just got to get on that back wheel. It's just such a small space. And there it is. There we go. He's had that bump. That balance beam is not being fair to Jack. Balance beam and Jack Carthy don't seem to be getting on. Hopefully he'll put it out of his mind and keep positive for the next sections. It was looking great from the start, just came off a little bit on balance there. Gets himself straight back up. From there, you thought that he would get himself set and ready, looking really confident to get into that position, but then there it is, he's come back down, he's taken that slip. Didn't look too upset, so hopefully he's thinking positive things about this next section. Just quickly looking back over how William took that line through the balance beam. He did take that strategical dab, which paid off and got him through the section. I think if Jack Carthy had managed to get that first stage out of the way, which seemed to be a bit of a nemesis for him, he would have been okay. But that is how it goes. Here we are, we're just getting ready now for the rock section. Straight in. Just a bit of focus gone there, just the back wheel didn't make it on, probably took a score down. He's just getting across, getting himself south for the next thing. Hopefully put that behind him. The heat is blistering hot, so it's very challenging for the riders. Very close objects, no space to move before getting up onto them. Just a bit of a flick of the head there, I think he's looking for the time. Breezed up onto the top rock there with that technique. Jack Carthy is 16, but there seems to be a lot of experience in his riding. He's very clever about where he's going to put the bike and how he's going to do it. Coming up onto the rock here. Very much through the section at the moment. Seems to be bringing up the pace of getting himself lined up and ready into position. He's feeling the pressure of the time in the section running out. That back wheel again, just rubbing on that tape. Just to be careful, he's straight up there. Section's nearing the end. They don't make it easy for the riders in the Superfinal. They put a huge obstacle in the way to get out through the exit.
Clap your hands for Georgie!
And he has done it. It looks like that foot came down due to being tired. Otherwise, he looked like he was able to handle that in any other condition. But that was a long section. Happy to be through the section by the looks of it. Kenny Belay, the organiser of the Antwerp UCI competition, with his team of friends and commissars, laying out the sections. Very hard. The level of riding is being pushed in Antwerp for this stage. Just seeing Jack in slow motion there, taking some hard position on the drop-offs, which probably took it out of him when he came round to getting on that big A. It's on the next rock zone. Jack Carthy ready. In section. First object. Through, out of the way. So much confidence to start with in the section, and maybe too much so. They just... It's too fast, too soon. You might be seeing the time of the sections putting pressure on him. This could be coming down to a lack of international competition for Jack Carthy. He's new to the scene. He's top of the nationals in the UK.
En toen wat ik jullie ga vragen, wat de volgende in lijn is
There's a bit of pressure
Balai,
getting to
die gaat
him.
nu rijden. Onze Belgische trots, de ambassadeur van het verhaal. En Antwerpen, ik ga straks naar Zweden om de hele tijd te roepen en aan te moedigen. Het is heel moeilijk, dat is al bewezen. Jack, Jack heeft de lot echt hooggelegd. 14 strafpunten heeft hij bijgereden.
Just panning through, looking at the UCI World Cup stand, which later on will have the top three. And here comes the man himself, Kenny Belay. These guys have been riding all day to get through to the final. They've recovered as best as they can. The heat is not letting off, it's relentless out here.
Ten seconds. Final attention.
If you're just joining us now with Extreme.com, we're just having the countdown for Kenny to come in.
Go! En we zijn vertrokken voor de superfinale met Kenny Belay.
We're in Antwerp, Belgium. It's home country. Got a lot of fans here today and the spectators. Most of them supporting and cheering on Kenny on his home turf, giving him the home advantage. Kenny just looking around the sections at the moment. Just checking something. His mind today is his brother. A relationship that has worked very, very well across a lot of competitions, getting him some great results, understanding his needs as he is a rider himself. Now Kenny's ready. We're ready to set off. Seems to almost be like meditating how still he is. Okay, he's ready, he's fired up. First drum out the way. And again, like the past two riders, William Denan and Jack Carthy, he's across. This seems to just be the power moves. Not huge amounts of accuracy to land and get on them, but still the commitment of making sure that you get across. You mustn't let your guard down. He's taking this very tight line across the gate there. It's also got through. Just see the observer there with no points so far. Crowds behind him must be egging him on. William struggled here, so did Jack. Ended up scoring a point. Can Kenny clean it? Really wants it. And we've got a clean. As far as I can tell so far, the hand is still holding no points up. This is good news for Kenny. Just double checking time, looking at the last object. Not as many obstacles as the other section, but they are very large. Here you go, the last big move. Can he come out on a clean? Be very happy with this if he can do it. Such a good rider, such a good athlete. He's in first attempt, no mistakes, he's out. The crowd are going wild. You can see them all across there at the top. very pleased with that at the moment. It's a good way to start, massive advantage. First section out the way on a clean. William and Jack Carthy will be looking at that and they'll know straight away the pressure's on. All they can do now is wait to see what comes out on the scores. To the next section with Kenny. But we're looking at some slow-mo replays here. The massive move at the end. See the technique and the way that he rolls the bike through to get up and over there. Little pan across there of Castle of Antwerp. Just finding the riders coming in now. Kenny must be buzzing, but he'll have to put it behind him and focus on the next section. Doesn't want any distraction. He's a very technical rider, so this balance beam will be interesting to see how well he does it. Very cool character. Very composed. Seems confident enough to not even walk the section. Might change his mind. But if he doesn't walk around the section, that shows a big sign of confidence. Just recovering from the last section. It's Wesley coming in there, giving him the towel, getting him soiled out. And no rider wants sweat getting in their eyes while they're riding, not being able to see. Pure confidence. Anticipating crowd looking on, probably thinking that Kenny might have this. Again, steady as a rock. See, the log is not big at all. Has to come on that. It's on. Not even correction with a leg coming out. Just coming out now, that's a very awkward position to be in. I wouldn't want to be there for too long. Kenny will know that as well. Just a bit of frustration there. He wanted to go from a different position. He's just getting himself lined up. Crowd's really buzzing. You can see that he's really struggling to stay on that log. It's no mean feat. And he's had to take that one. It's a very high move to go off such a small space to get there. Doesn't want to take another point. So he's really determined here not to take that foot off. And he's got himself up in position, coming down. I think the riders know when they get past that part of the section that the rest is all just business. They've got to keep the focus and get on with these big moves. So much core and balance has to go on with small objects like that. So we're on to the next log. Just getting another shot from behind the rider. You can see where he has to go at and how high it is. There's nothing really to grab onto apart from the top and on. Got a very nice log. Lots of branches sticking out like that. But he's through. He's up onto back wheel. He's coming down. A little bit slower than Carthy coming through these sections. But he's on he's on the right route to getting a podium finish. Really concentrating, staring at that log where he's going to go, just like Gwyn. Wow. Extended out there, keeping his balance with that leg then. Definitely some training's been going in. Kenny's looking very good at the moment in this section. Looking tired, Finding it hard to get that last bit, but he's through and he's out. So we got a 3 there. Could have been that he picked up a bit more of the score due to that pedal at the log. Kenny's not one for hot heat. Not many riders are, but we'll just be having Gilles probably sitting in the ranks at the moment, which will be the next rider. I think we're looking at slow-mo here where maybe we picked up more than 1 and ended up on the 2. It's a very hard log to get up. If you look closely, you can see some branches coming off it, which means there's only one real way to get up that log. It's not as straightforward as it looks. And that correction there with the leg coming out to get his balance back.
Hier heeft Jack Carney 2 strafpunten maar gekregen. 2 strafpunten maar gekregen. Dus, we weten wat ons doen staat hier. Als hij deze zone uitrijdt met 1 of met 0 van deze tweede.
Now you get a head-on view of that big obstacle. You saw Carthy get up. You can imagine that when he was up there, that was hard enough. Maybe that's why that one came down.
Of in extremis 2.
Kenny was just having a quick look at it.
Als hij een 5 haalt, als hij valt, als hij 5 punten bij elkaar sprokkelt.
Just needs to get through this rock section to the end and make sure that he puts down hard on the pedals to get the speed to get up that obstacle. But here we go, just coming into the section. Everybody getting ready, seen the line. Just about to come up through the first set of rocks. In through, nice and clean, very good position on the bike. The cleaner the rider sections, the more energy they tend to have, and then that brings in the advantage to when getting through. But there it is, just not enough power down through the pedal to get on that rock. There is definitely a sign of the heat playing a factor here and absorbing the energy of the riders. Just see how Kenny approaches this. Riders do have different ways of doing it. Looks like he's generally going to come in the other way the riders have come in. Has made it look like it was a bit cleaner and well executed. How long he sticks around on this technical part to get onto the top tower of that rock. It's just resting there on the front wheel, trying to gain some inch back. He's gone straight from that position. Back through that marker on that yellow tape there. Down through the rock, he's just checking for time. It's 2 minutes 30 in a section. He'll need to get through that. He does not want to be picking up a point if he's got through the whole section clean. And at the moment, we are still on clean. Big move across to this rock.
Oké, we hebben er nu 2 te gaan. Deze hier is verschrikkelijk moeilijk.
Coming up through the climb. Really awkward set of rocks to find a way up. And Kenny just trying to find himself there. He knows that it's going to be hard getting up this climb. He's found a place to get in and he's done it. He's just managed to get through that section. That was incredible to compensate what just happened there. That was heading towards a 5, but he's managed to get it. Absolute excellence experience. Here he goes, the crowd are behind him. It's getting very exciting right now. He knows he can do it. Building, psyching himself up. Here we go. We'll have to check what the observers say. I think we've got a 1. He believes he can do it. Can he do it? He's taken that one. He is through though. That was no mean feat. Very lucky to get through that section on one part. We might see a slow-mo in a second of the slip on the rock. Really got the crowd up and running there and behind him. And then that last big obstacle at the end. He knows those points are worthy. There's nothing he can do. Getting on to the next section. There it is. Going through this part. Just showing some highlights. Some great moves there. Really making it look a lot cleaner than the other riders have done so far. Just pushing themselves to the edge. Very hard competition here in Antwerp, and here we are. This is the moment. Such a fine line between being on the bike and off, and here he is. He's digging deep. See how tired he is. He's got to really push. Such a high obstacle to get up. Unimaginable, really, for a bike to get up that high. But he's made it happen. Had to come through on a point by putting his foot down. It's not perfect, but he will be happy that he's not fallen off and grabbed that 5. Just getting a fresh set of gloves. Keep them dry, make sure the grip to his handlebars is working. Otherwise you'll have to hold on tighter. He's straight through the first rock. He's really getting on with it now. Massive move. I think this is where Jack Carthy had made a little bit of a mistake and not pushed through hard enough on that first rock. But we've got Kenny coming through now, and he's managed to do it. The positioning is so important, and there it is. It's such a tough move. There's no injury. The bike's looking okay. I don't think Kenny can be too upset with that 5, but it's happened. He knows it's happened. We just have to wait and see. It's been a very interesting competition so far. So the level of objects and how it's gone has really tested the riders. There seems to be a lot of points. They are being acknowledged for how hard he has tried. He's on his home turf. He's got a smile on his face. He's happy. Just got to sit and wait now. We've got the last rider. Kenny getting really kind of set into that position, and just see it, the back wheel skips out and then it just doesn't lift. The handlebars get away from him. Very quick reactions to not get hurt there. Here we come in again. He's looking at it. See where he's looking on the placement, and then he's just thought he must have had it. But the riders react so quickly with their experience and all the riding that they've done over the years. You see the heat, he's just getting that towel over him, pulled him down. Well, it's beautiful here today in Antwerp. We're coming to the end of the Superfinal. We've got one rider left. We just had the Belgian rider, Kenny Belay, on the home turf. But we now have Gilles from France. And the area he's from in the past week has been at 40 degrees. We're at 35. The other riders have been finding it excruciatingly hot. But Gilles will probably be finding it a bit cooler.
20 seconds.
Has been on form during the finals, leading on the points, coming up first to get him through. Just counting down now. Here we go, he's got his ticket in his mouth, he's just riding down to the first sections to the drums. Just making him sway down here. Walking it. Other riders have sped down here to make sure the time's quick. Maybe a bit of a game plan on the point system. But I think Gilles is going to come out on better points. And he's feeling confident. He's not in a rush. Just takes one little error with these big moves to put you in another position to take the advantage away. But if he gets this clean, he'll be putting the pressure straight away on Kenny, keeping up with him. He's in the section now. He's straight up as he deal with the first one. Kind of just rolled up it. He is making it look slightly easier in the way he's travelled across. There's not a straight gap to the pallet, and a bit short. He's coming through. He's taking his time a bit more than the other riders. He's not skipping that short line. See, he's just getting his pillars in the perfect position before the run-up kicks in. He's pushing down deep. And there it is. It's on. It's great technique, making it look very easy, saving the energy. Looking very steady on the bike. Not shouting for the time, he's just asking. So he looks very confident, very calm and collected. There we go, he's just setting up the back wheel. Make sure it lands perfect on this. He's taken a 1 there. The riding's looking very casual. Many titles to his name. Is this going to be another first place for Gilles? We'll have to see. Just coming to the end of the first section. Coming up the huge drum. See a kicker at the bottom. Just to give him a bit of added lift off the back wheel. Here it comes and he's up. Effortless. On a 1. It's a good score to start with. Seemed a bit awkward on takeoff on this slow motion, but then he's straight back in. Doesn't land in the right place that he wanted to. He knows it. He got on with it. He's put it away. He's got straight back onto the rest of the course. Did finish it with a good move at the end here, making it look a lot easier than the other riders. Just coming to the next section now. See there, he's got the number 1 plate. That is because he is the top rider at the moment. Only have the number 1 plate in the UCI. You've previously won. Doesn't seem to be psyching himself up in any way. He's very much got a poker face on at the moment. Looking at the first object. Bit of flash photography going on. The media is very present. Can he hold his title? Riding on. Just rolls it up short there. Brings the back wheel on. The leg is out. Just give me a bit of balance, but he's not shaking. And he's gone straight up to rear wheel. Considering the last 3 riders, they've really struggled getting into position for that. And Gilles has just cruised through up onto the top of that log. Big advantage on how much he's got left in the tank. Just looking at this, you can see the branches. He knows where he's got to place the bike up and over. It's never easy, but he's got the pedals in position. He's just about to head towards it. He needs to clear that underneath the bike. It's not once there is a problem. He's picked up a 1. He's going to have to really flick that bike through if he wants to get that up and on the way I think it's going to happen. Is he going to go straight to rip? He's taking an extra point down there. We'll be looking back at that in slow motion, I think, in a bit, but he's got to get onto the next part of the stage in the section. Turning it round. Got through the first part very quickly, so it looks like he's got plenty of time at the moment, and he's using that to ride the section. Very nice to how he wants to do it and not have to rush. And he's taken a different route. He's done a huge gap across to the logs. Very interesting route. Very tactical there. Clever riding. And he is up there without dropping another point through. He has picked up 2 points. He's looking very comfortable at the moment. See with the other riders, they were looking a bit more tired when they came out of the sections to this point, but Gilles is looking cool as ice at the moment. If you can keep it together on the rocks, quite long sections coming up, but we're looking back at the balance beam log. He just picks it up on the front wheel and rolls it into position. Any moment now. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, but again, we're just looking at the mistakes at the moment. Having to take that extra dab. An overhead shot here of that. And that is a mammoth move to get out that to the Volkswagen transporter and get through the end of the section. But we're into the next section. Kenny and Gilles have been riding around the same amount of time throughout their careers. They've always been battling for the top spot. And Gilles knows that today he's got to put the effort in to make sure he keeps that title. He's coming over the first rock, which is making looking too easy for him at the moment. But this is his ideal terrain that he rides back home. His rider rides all sorts of obstacles. Very experienced on the edge, getting his position ready. Inch perfect, getting set. Up and through. Very nice landing. He's just coming around the other side of that yellow marker, following the gates through, keeping it very tight. 1 minute. 2 minutes 30. It's looking comfortable for time so far. Lunging that bike up and through the rock. Such a sharp point, they didn't want to go up and drop through, so now the next position, straight up to rear wheel, through it round. We'll really know if Gilles is finding this hard now. If he gives up this easily, he's on very good form. Yeah. As thought, he's in control. He knows exactly what he's doing. Just asking for time there again. I think there is plenty of time left, but I think he's a bit nervous about the kickers. There was a struggle with kickers last year, and he's been training doing kickers for this season. Had a couple of issues getting the height that he wanted onto some objects earlier in the day, but here we go, he's pushing. He's riding for it. Again, he's come up a little bit short. It's not easy. The kicker is very short, so it's very fast to react to it. When he bumps through on the handlebars. He's changed it, he's come on a 5. He'll be not very happy with that, but he did an excellent job of the section before it. That'd be a shame. He had to finish on a 5 in that section. And the kicker has got the better of him, but when it comes down to stuff like this, you're looking here in the slow-mo, the precision, he is on his game. This is the thing about by trial at the UCI in Antwerp. You need to be able to adapt to all forms of riding over the objects, the terrain, techniques, the power, concentration. It's a great example. We have just seen one of Gilles' weaknesses. See the head flick back there. He was not comfortable going up the object. Pretty awkward. Shortly be at the other section. If you're just joining us, we've had 3 riders go through so far in the Superfinal. We're in the thick of it at the moment with Gilles. He's had a great start. He's had an unlucky 5 just come through. We're broadcasting live from Extreme in Antwerp. The heat is exhausting the riders, maybe a bit too much. Just got Jose wiping his brow, just starting to feel it. It's just coming into the section now. He's going to have to make up for that 5 in the last one, so he's really got to put in the work here, make sure this one goes down well. Interesting, he's come on the side of that rock. He's had an awkward position to get into to get round and get ready for this next rock. There's nothing easy about any of these rocks with how thin some of the points are to having to get up onto the next object, but the brakes are incredibly strong. And there's a 1, there's a 2, he's got leg over the frame, which unfortunately he's going to have to take a 5. I don't think he saw it coming. Maybe in the back of his mind, the last section got the better of him psychologically. Just walking away there. This heat has been no one's friend. We just got an overpan of the sections here, so now we wait to find out what's happened with the results. That was a surprise finish there. We did not expect that from Gilles, riding the last rock section so well. And then you just saw it come through here. There was some sort of issue with his line. Came across on the low side. We've seen Kenny come through on the high side. So close to the tape. Axel looked like it got through. But then here we are. This is the moment. We have an issue with the setup. If I remember, Kenny had the same problem. It is just taking him out. Big 5 from the hand there from the observer. Well, here from Extreme, live broadcasting to you wherever you are. We're here in Antwerp in the sun. It's been an absolutely amazing competition. The heat has played a very big part in the performance of the riders. The sections have been very hard. We've just finished the Superfinal for the 26-inch category with the top 4 finalists, which was Kenny Belay, Jack Carthy, Gilles Castelia and Gwyn Bernard. And we're just waiting to find out the results in about 15 minutes. If you want to stay with us, hold on. They'll be announced in a bit. Otherwise, we'll just be panning around, having a look at the event. I'll be back with you in about 15 minutes. Thank you.
Alle drie hier. Jack hier, Jack. Jack, Kenny en Gilles. We gaan beginnen aan de ceremonie. Oké, dus de mensen die momenteel nu in het midden van het circuit zitten, gelieve allemaal even naar het podium te komen alsjeblieft. We gaan hier de ceremonie doen van de bekers. Alright, Gilles, wat u? Wat is er? Is Gilles nu? Ja? Oké, Gilles, viens chez nous s'il vous plaît. Ah, ok, il est là. Alright. Ja, oké, we gaan er verder aan beginnen. We zijn allemaal, we maken ons klaar voor de ceremonie van de wereldbekers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the presentation ceremony for the 2012 UCI Tour World Cups here in Antwerp for the Elite Band 26-inch. So now, in third place from Great Britain is Finalizing Jack.
Just getting the results in here. Jack Carthy coming up onto the podium. Having to come so far over the last 3 days of competition in the grueling heat, the really testing sections. Just getting ready for second place. But round of applause to Jack Carthy. He'll be pleased with that third place. All the riders know that they've worked hard for where they've got to. And here we are, the man himself, Kenny Belay, the local, representing in second place for his home country in Antwerp today, receiving his trophy. Big smile on his face.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our winner today from France, Gilles Castelia.
And here we go, Gilles. Some big points dropped, but he's kept his first place.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of our champion, we play the national.
Just receiving his trophy there.
France.
We just got the anthem for France. Guys dropping their hats, being polite and courteous, while Gilles has his moment in first place. So that's first place to Gilles Castelia, second to Kenny Belay, third to Jack Carthy, and unfortunately Quim Denard did not make podium, but he came in fourth. Got a smile on his face. Beautiful location in Antwerp. It's an ideal setting. The spectators are out in force today. Big support behind the riders.
Dames en heren, de finalist van de World Cup.
We've just had the podium there, with Jules Castilliam in first place, going away. Probably having to think about that kicker again, maybe some training going into it. And Kenny, very technical rider. Maybe just lost that first place due to that very technical rock section. And here we are, the three top riders in the world in the UCI World Cup, getting some media attention that's well deserved. In the heat, I think Gilles could have done with a cap there or a pair of sunglasses. The sun's beating down on him. And it's been a great day. Thank you for watching Extreme TV. We've been live broadcasting from Antwerp today. I hope to see you soon. Hope you have a very nice day. I hope you have enjoyed the UCI Superfinal for the 26-inch category. Sure, the riders have, the spectators have, and you have. So that's a big thank you from myself, Jack Mead, who's commentating today. And we'll see you soon.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to award the overall UCI World Cup Leaders Jersey. And that is Great France, Jules Castilliam. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Jules Castilliam from France!
Eén, twee, drie.